Welcome back to Casey Lounge.
And Libation.
I'm Alan.
And I'm Marco.
Today, we've got a little something new for you.
That's right. We are going to be sampling the wonderful world of Amari.
Yes, those Italian bitter liqueurs that you've probably seen millions of bottles of on the shelf at the bar and not known what they are.
That's right. Today we're going to be featuring Rieger Co. as well, their Caffe Amaro, and 2 of their whiskeys.
As we make 2 Amari cocktails for you. So sit back,
relax,
and away
we go.
Today we're going to be sampling 5 Amari, 4 classics, and Rieger Co.'s Caffe Amaro.
Now, can you tell me what is Amari, or an Amaro?
If you're unfamiliar with what an Amaro is, it literally is Italian for bitter. Amari typically have 3 components. The first, which is a neutral base spirit.
So we're talking about like a vodka, maybe a corn grain spirit, or like a grappa.
Secondly, it's going to have a heavy bittering agent, something to make it bitter. In Rieger's Caffe Amaro that we're going to be trying today, we would be using gentian root.
Which is a flower, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, root of a very beautiful blue flower. The third and final component would be flavorings. A lot of Amari have up to 40 to 50 different herbs, roots, spices, flavorings, using things like orange peel, cinnamon,
right,
cardamom, saffron. There's unlimited things that you could use in any of these herbal liqueurs.
And I think it's worth noting that a lot of these manufacturers tend to keep their recipes and formulas pretty secretive. And in a lot of cases, some of these have been made for centuries at this point.
Classifying Amari can be difficult. Some would only consider true Amari from Italy and also just the digestives. So things that stimulate digestion, such as Montenegro, Averna, Nonino.
And then you also have your aperitifs, such as Campari or Aperol, that are supposed to stimulate your appetite.
Mm-hmm. Either way, both are bitter agents that are going to stimulate your GI tract in the same way. Fernet as well is sometimes considered a totally separate category, but falls under the Italian bitter definition of an Amaro. Typically, Fernets have a higher alcohol content, contain allophirox, myrrh, and other defining agents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So let's start this
Amari party. First up, we have the Amaro Montenegro with an ABV of 23%. We have tasting notes with mild sweetness, light bitterness, tangerine, cucumber, orange peel, and black cherry.
I would consider Montenegro a gateway Amaro. It's very good and pretty light. I think it's one that a lot of people would like right off the bat.
Yeah, it's very easy to drink. It's not very high in bitterness, so it's a good one to start with. Mm-hmm. Amaro Montenegro boasts at least 40 botanicals, and let's see what we can pick out in there. Mm-hmm. It's very easy to see why that is a gateway. Very low bitterness. Mm-hmm. It's not overly sweet. It's not overly syrupy, which I feel like some Amari can be.
Sure.
It's pretty light. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I almost get like a black cherry soda, like a higher end black cherry soda, if that makes sense.
Okay. Slightly bitter, mostly sweet. I get lots of orange peel.
Orange peel, yeah.
I do taste the vanilla. Mm-hmm. I don't get a whole lot of herbalness. It's mostly sweet to me. Mm-hmm. I might get a little cola just on the back, but overall, I could enjoy this straight like we are now, on the rocks or mixed in a cocktail.
Absolutely.
I think this is fantastic. This is probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, and I think another traditional way that a lot of Italians people drink Amari is with like soda water.
Right.
And I could see that easily with this.
Oh yeah, club soda and an orange. Mm-hmm. Next up is the Amaro Averna, coming in at 29%. Has flavor notes of cola, orange peel, licorice, vanilla, and sweetness with soft, subtle bitterness. The Averna.
Now, I have not had the Averna, so this is my first time tasting it.
Sometimes at restaurants they offer you an Averna after a meal as a digestif. It's one of the most popular ones. It's also very famous for being in a black Manhattan, which substitutes vermouth for the Averna in a normal Manhattan.
I definitely get more cola.
There's definitely more cola and sweetness. It's definitely a little thicker, but not as thick as I expected.
Yeah.
It's less bitter, more sweet than I expected. I can taste that's a little bit slightly more alcoholic than the Montenegro by just a little bit.
Yeah, you can get a little more of that alcohol.
Yeah. I get cola. I do get vanilla. I get orange peel.
Orange peel.
It's more molassesy than the Montenegro. A lot of these flavors seem to be on both of them, but they are very distinctly different.
Yeah. I think those are all great descriptors. I really don't have much to add off of that because that's pretty much what I'm picking up on too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are definitely some light, distinct herbs to the Montenegro. I feel like the Montenegro has lots of different flavors throughout. This one is it's more of a straightforward flavor.
Yep.
Next up, we have the ever popular and famous Amaro Nonino Quintessentia.
Ooh, fancy. Coming up, we have the Amaro Nonino Quintessentia. This has an ABV of 35%. Has tasting notes with subtle bitterness, gentle spice, orange peel, and caramel sweetness.
The Nonino is one of my favorites. It has a grappa base.
Okay.
And it's a little bit more pricey than some of the other ones. Because it's pricey, people will use Montenegro in place of it. I don't really see why. I think you could say they're a little similar, but I think they're different enough that I don't see using them interchangeably myself.
Okay.
And one of the reasons that it's a little more pricey is that it's barrel aged.
I'm getting big notes of orange.
Big orange off the smell. Yeah.
That's really good.
It's very good. I'd say this is one of my favorites.
That's just it's very smooth. I would almost say no bitterness.
And we have kicked up the ABV on this one, whereas the other ones were in the 20s. This has gone up to 35% ABV.
Definitely get orange on the taste as well.
This one's just so honed in. They use gentian root as one of the bittering agents. Cinchona bark, if that's how you pronounce that. Bitter orange peel. Licorice. I can get a little licorice.
Get some licorice.
Rhubarb root. Do you get saffron?
Not so much.
This may have a 35% ABV, but it's very smooth, and that's why some consider it to also be a gateway Amari. So like the Montenegro, this might be a good one to try if you've never tried an Amaro before.
That's right, yeah.
How do you feel about a mentholated cough drop?
I love menthol. I smoke menthol cigarettes constantly.
I don't believe you. I didn't expect that. Next up, the ever famous Fernet Branca, coming in at a whopping 39% ABV. Flavor notes are strong and medicinal, eucalyptus, candy cane, mint toothpaste, and menthol cough drop.
Way different than anything
Way
we've
different.
tasted previously.
There's no orange in this one.
There's no orange in this one.
Unless there is.
Is there? I don't know.
I don't know.
Definitely menthol.
There is bitter orange.
Okay. I don't smell it.
I don't smell it.
Don't smell it. I just smell menthol.
I smell menthol.
I think it describes a medicinal.
Strong medicinal
Herbs.
Eucalyptus.
Okay. I can get eucalyptus.
I always think I'm gonna hate this. It's not as bad as I thought.
Yeah.
I normally wouldn't sip this, but now that I have it, it's not bad.
So in discussing this with one of our highly skilled bartender friends today, she had a few thoughts on it.
Yeah, we were discussing different types of Fernet. Talking about Faccia Bruto's Fernet, the Fernet Branca versus the Branca Menta. And she made the comment that Fernet Branca is just like diner coffee. Sometimes it's just the only thing that'll do.
It's the only thing you want.
And I totally get that. As you drink this, I'd say it goes more from menthol to mint. So the longer I drink it, the more I'm just getting a mint flavor.
Yep.
I think you can definitely get used to this. It's very bitter. I'd say it's a very acquired taste. So this is not going to be for everyone, but I think a lot of people would really like this.
Yeah, definitely worth trying, especially in a cocktail or, mixing it with something.
Hot cocoa, perhaps?
Or, as the Argentinians do, Fernet and Coke.
There you go.
Now to the star of the evening. We have something local. Something from J. Rieger Co.
The ever-popular Caffe Amaro.
We have the star of the show. We have J. Rieger's Caffe Amaro, which is 31% ABV. Tasting notes of juniper berries, cardamom, orange peel, star anise, spearmint leaves, gentian, and vanilla beans. So for the Caffe Amaro, J. Rieger Co. partners with another local establishment, Thou Mayest Coffee, and they use a single origin roast for this spirit.
The base of this is a neutral grain spirit made from corn. The Thou Mayest coffee that they put in every bottle is almost 5 cups of coffee. So if you are sensitive to caffeine, maybe
Not for you.
yeah. I can get a lot coming off this. I can get a little orange peel. I can get a little licorice.
Get the vanilla.
Yes,
Yep.
but the coffee really pulls through everything. There's a lot going on. I think it's really well balanced.
I think so too. While it is more bitter, I don't think it's overly bitter.
I don't know if I'd have this on ice. I might have it in some coffee. I would definitely sip this straight, for sure.
Yeah.
2 great Kansas City institutions, J. Rieger, Thou Mayest, created a great product. I really like this. I'd have this after dinner.
Oh, for sure, yeah. I really enjoy this, which I think it's worth noting that I am typically not a coffee-flavored enthusiast,
Yeah.
but this is great.
Let's use 2 of J. Rieger's whiskeys and 2 of the Amari that we just tried and make 2 classic Amari cocktails. The first Amari cocktail of the evening is the Black Manhattan. You'll need a rye whiskey, Amaro Averna, Angostura aromatic bitters, and orange bitters. We'll top that off with a maraschino cherry as garnish. First up, you will add 2 ounces of our J. Rieger's rye whiskey, 1 ounce of Amaro Averna, 1 dash of Angostura bitters, 1 dash orange bitters, garnish with 1 cherry. Next up, we have Sam Ross's modern classic, the Paper Plane. We'll need bourbon. In our case, we're using J. Rieger & Co.'s private stock bourbon, Aperol, Amaro Nonino, and freshly squeezed lemon juice. This is a citrus cocktail, so we're going to use a Boston shaker and shake it. And you'll need 2 strainers to double strain into a coupe glass.
For the paper plane, we will need 3/4 of an ounce bourbon, 3/4 of an ounce Aperol, 3/4 of an ounce Amaro Nonino Quintessentia, 3/4 of an ounce lemon juice, freshly squeezed, Most importantly, you will need a blue paper airplane folded by 1 Allen's Babo. I can honestly say I've never had a Black Manhattan before. This is the first time I have ever had a Black Manhattan.
Excellent.
You can definitely tell the difference switching out the Averna with the vermouth. You get more of that cola flavor. I think I would actually prefer this over a regular Manhattan.
I would too. The Paper Plane is delicious. It's light. It's a lot of booze. I mean, you got the Aperol, the Nonino, and the bourbon that all have booze. It does not taste boozy. It's very light, refreshing, and with the 2 different, the Aperol and the Nonino, there's a lot of different complex flavors in here that I think really blend together really well.
Yeah, and I've had a paper plane before. I would say it's very refreshing, and all those flavors, like you said, they just meld so well together. It's just a very well-rounded drink. It's very enjoyable.
You gonna eat that cherry? That was hot.
This is mine now.
I was gonna say, I literally was thinking, you're keeping that now, aren't
Yeah,
you?
you're not getting that back.
We can share this one.
I mean,
I am now without a drink. Which Amaro that we tried tonight was your favorite?
I would have to say the Nonino. I definitely think it's a very nice Amaro to get started. It's a gateway, you know. Not very bitter, not overly sweet. You know, it's not heavily syrupy. It's just nice, kind of nice all around.
I think the Nonino is probably my favorite too. It's very diverse. I think you could sip it straight, have it over ice with an orange on a hot summer day. Definitely goes great in cocktails. The paper plane is delicious. So it's very versatile. I think the barrel aging process and that higher ABV really makes it really honed in and focused.
Yeah.
Having said that, my second favorite would for sure be the Montenegro, which is another gateway Amaro. If you don't want to spend the extra money on that Nonino,
Sure.
definitely pick up a Montenegro and give that a shot because it's a great sipper. I like to sip that one straight.
So we sampled 5 Amari tonight, but you know there is a plethora of different styles out there on the shelves that you can go and try.
We only scratched the surface. There are Cola Amari, Alpine Amari, Angostura Amari.
Yeah.
We've even got a rhubarb Amari we could play with. That's one of our favorites.
Which we did try. It's really good.
So good.
Really good.
Yeah.
If you think you would like to maybe see us try some other Amari, why don't you drop a comment and let us know.
Thanks again for joining us on our special Amari episode of Casey Lounge.
And Libation.
I'm Alan.
And I'm Marco.
For more reviews on booze and foods,
Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button.
cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Nailed it after 18 tries.
It's only almost midnight.